Good morning, all of you. I hope you all are fine. Now, today I'm going to share a new topic with you, that is microorganism. So, what we will discuss in this chapter, we will discuss about the classification of microbes, their importance and harmful effects, and the food preservation. So, let's start. As you can see in the picture, what is this? This is a bread. And on bread, some spots you can see. Which color they are having? Black and yellow. Now, this boy wanted to understand that these spots are what. So, he is using here microscope. Why he is using the microscope? Because he already know that microscope is very useful in looking, or you can say, to know or to look more clearly about the microorganisms. So, when he observed these black or yellow spots, he understand that this is a bread mold. So, what is microorganism? Very small organism that can only be seen by microscope. Those organisms are known as microorganism. Now, what are the types of microorganisms? The microorganisms are categorized into five groups: fungi, bacteria, algae, protozoa, and viruses. I'm repeating again: fungi, bacteria, algae, protozoa, and viruses. So, microorganisms are also known as microbes. What they are also known as? Microbes. So let's discuss the first category, that is fungi. As you can see so many pictures that let's start discussing about every picture one by one. So first picture is fungi growing on the trunk of a tree. So you can see how this fungi looks like. This is white in color. Next, molds grow on the surface of a liquid oil and thus feed it upon it. So you can see the oil, the oil which we use at our home, the mustard oil, the coconut oil, or what kind of other oils we also use, write in the comment box. So in these type of oils, who is growing? Molds, or you can say molds, and they are green in color. As you has already seen that molds used to look green in color, so in the oils also they used to grow. Now next one is mushroom. So we also use the mushroom for our dishes or for eating. So this is also a kind of fungi. That means a microorganism. Next picture, yeast cells under a microscope. So these are the yeast cells. We use these yeast cells for making the bread, cake, pizza, cookies, etc. So, what are the harmful effects of fungi? As we have seen, the usefulness, some usefulness, and some growth of fungi. Now, we will see the harmfulness, or you can say harmful effects of fungi. So, most fungi have harmful effects. Fungi are responsible for causing diseases like ringworm and athlete's foot in humans. So, ringworm, as you can see this, when you are having a disease which is having itching, redness, so this is ringworm. As you can also see the ringworm problem on your scalp, which leads by the dandruff and athlete's foot. That means when your toes are having this fungi fungi problem. Now you can see so many fruits: lychee, banana, oranges. They are having what? They are facing the fungi problem. Why? Because they are getting spoiled by fungi. Some poisonous Fungi are also there. Some mushrooms are also poisonous, but some are eatable. And some plant disease are also there. You can see that some leaves are having the yellow spots. Some This is a corn, sweet corn having a white spot. This is a stem having the red small molds. Now let's talk about the importance of fungi. So we are also using the fungi in food industry for making what? Soya sauce, which we use in the chow means, bread, vinegar. Where we are using the vinegar? We are using the vinegar in the pickles, in the pasta, in the chow means and all. Okay. Now, next we are also using the fungi in baking the cake, pizza, biscuits, etc. This is what? This is yeast powder, which we use in baking the materials like cake, pizza, biscuits, and all, cookies. Now, these fungi are also acting as a decomposers. They also help in recycling the nutrients in the soil. So, what are they? They are the saprophytic bacteria. What are they? They are the saprophytic bacteria. These saprophytic bacteria are doing what? Recycling the nutrients by feeding on dead and decaying materials. So ये क्या कर रहे हैं? They are feeding on dead and decaying materials. Now let's see the commercial uses. So we are also using the fungi, that is penicillium, in the antibiotics production. So when we used to eat the antibiotics, when we have fever, so doctor used to give us two tablets. One is that fever medicine and another one is the antibiotic. So we are also using the yeast and mushroom for the food. Now let's see that where you can find bacteria. So bacteria are tiny living organisms and that can be seen under only microscope. So bacteria are everywhere. Some bacteria are good and some are bad. So in the air also bacteria are present. On the surface of tongue also bacteria is present. That is why you need to brush two times in a day, in the morning and in the evening. Next, you can see on the food items also which food items which we used to find outside area, or precisely if I say the street food which we never used to eat because they are having so many bacteria on that surfaces. Now let's talk about the good bacteria and their uses. So some good bacteria are also there which help us to so many ways. So bacteria like rhizobium, which bacteria? Rhizobium bacteria, they are found in the leguminous plants. So what are the leguminous plants? The plants which are having the pulses, those plants are known as leguminous plants. And they are doing what? Like leguminous plants, they are giving example peas and beans. Now they are doing what? They are absorbing nitrogen from the soil. What they are absorbing? Nitrogen. They are absorbing nitrogen. Okay. Now the lactobacillus. There is also one more bacteria, lactobacillus, which is found in the curd and that converts the milk into the curd. So the bacteria which lives in our intestine also helps in digestion. Now let's talk about some bad bacteria as well. So bad bacteria used to cause what? Fungal and bacterial diseases in plant. As you can see the citrus canker online. So what is citrus canker? This is this citrus canker is a disease name which is causing on what? Lime. So what is this? This is lemon. And now built in oak. So this is a tree having this kind of leaf. Which kind of leaf? This kind of star-shaped leaf. And these leaves are having what? Fungal disease, that is wilt. What is this? Wilt. Now early blight in potato. So as you can see, the black spots on the tomato. Now let's see some bacterial disease in animals. Previously, we have seen the bacterial disease or fungal disease in plants. Now we will see the bacterial disease in animals. Cholera, diarrhea, pneumonia, tuberculosis, anthrax or typhoid, tetanus, diphtheria, whooping cough, leprosy. These all are the bacterial diseases which are caused in animals. So cholera used to caused by the dirty water or dirty food. Diarrhea is the same from the unhealthy food or unhygienic food. Pneumonia, this is caused by the dirty water or you can see the unhygienic food. Tuberculosis, this is also a disease which is caused by bacteria. And anthrax, typhoid, this is also caused by the unhealthy food material. Tetanus, this is also caused by the affected iron rod which is affected by any microbe, or you can say the corrode iron. Diphtheria, whooping cough, leprosy, these all are also affected by bacterial diseases. In these diseases we will going to affect by bacterial diseases. Now let's talk about the food preservation. So some methods are there to preserve our food from bacterial, fungal and other microorganisms attack. So pasteurization. So in pasteurization what we are doing? We are destroying bacteria and other microbes. Milk is preserved by this method. It is heated and then immediately cooled. What do we need to do? We need to heat the milk at high temperature and then we will immediately cool down it at very cold temperature, or you can say low temperature. Now next is canning and bottling. So we used to store our food in cans and bottles, as you can see so many pictures. Now next, pickling. So what do you mean by pickling? When we use some fruits or vegetables to make the pickles. So what we used to add? Salt and oil to the fruits and vegetables. So why we are adding salt? We are adding the salt so that our pickle do not going to affect by microorganism, and oil also will going to protect our fruits and vegetables to get affected by microorganism. Now next, deep freezing. So what we can do, we can deep freeze some of the vegetables like peas, or we can also do like peas, cauliflower. Now we can also do the drying of the food like chilies, uh, coriander, something like these, to preserve them from the microbes. Or we can also use the special ovens to dry these substances to store them for longer time, so that in the absence of moisture no organism can attack these food items. Now we can also refrigerate the food items at low temperature. Now I hope you all have understand this topic very well. If you found any of the difficulty in any of the topics, you can write down in the comment box and ask the questions. You can also revise with the help of this mind map that how these microorganisms have the categories, what are their usefulness, what are their harmfulness. Thank you. I hope you have understand the topic. Thank you so much.